Right now, 2 weeks after a deadly crash left 3 people dead following a police pursuit, the city of Monona considers changes to its police pursuit policy.
But first, this cold isn't going anywhere for several more days. Gary's here with just when it'll finally start to thaw out.
And an update on a robbery at Ho-Chunk Casino that happened hours into New Year's Day. Police say they've made an arrest. That's all coming up right now at 10. Thank you for joining us. It was a gorgeous day across southern Wisconsin. We saw plenty of blue sky and sunshine throughout the day.
Just look out the window.
Right.
The sunshine doesn't mean it's warm, as you know. Step outside. Those Arctic temperatures serve as a reminder of our current cold spell. Alert days remain in the forecast through Sunday morning because of the cold weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us now with the first warn forecast. Gary, I thought El Nino meant warmer than usual.
No, we're going to have to do a beyond the barometer about this because it's just it's a 1 week we've had winter, and the rest of the time it's been a typical El Nino winter. So 1 week does not winter make, I suppose I could say. But this week will be enough just to make up for winter. We have first warn weather alert days in the forecast all the way through Sunday morning. Nighttime low temperatures will still be below zero. Daytime high temperatures will be in the single digits above zero. And we could see wind chills at times as cold as 25 below zero in the morning and around 10 below zero during the day. We have wind chill advisories in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for all of southern Wisconsin. We'll probably need additional wind chill advisories later in the week. Time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville showed plenty of sunshine today, but those temperatures were very cold, even though it looked nice outside. Low temperatures this morning, 9 below zero in Madison and Janesville. Teens below zero to the west and north of Dane County. High temperature, 2 in Madison, 3 Janesville. A few places like Juneau didn't even get above zero. And current temperatures are around zero here in Madison. We've actually gone up a degree to 1, but it's right around zero. The winds are brisk, and so wind chills actually feel pretty cold. In fact, you take a look at current wind chills right now, almost 20 below zero in Janesville. 20 below zero wind chill in Mineral Point, and those numbers will continue to drop overnight. Looking for a low of 4 below zero by morning, but wind chills could be as cold as 15 to 25 below zero. Later on, I'll take a look at how long this cold weather will last, and then what happens when we start warming up next week.
Gary, thank you. All Madison area lakes have now frozen over. That's from the Clean Lakes Alliance, which says Lake Mendota officially froze over yesterday, the third latest freeze of all time in the 170 years the Wisconsin State Climatology Office has tracked it. But before you rush out to the ice for fun, the Alliance says you should still wait about a week to ensure safer conditions.
What we want to see to build good ice is cool temperatures at this point, and then maybe very minimal snow. And so the idea is the ice is going to build from the bottom. That's how you build the best, strongest ice. And so if we put snow on top, it's like putting a blanket on yourself. It's just going to keep it warm, and you're not going to build it as deep.
With the lake officially frozen now, the annual Frozen Assets 5K Run and Walk will take place Saturday, February 3rd. It's the only 5K in North America held entirely on a frozen lake. And this cold weather could take a toll on your vehicle. And if you're not prepared, you could end up with some pricey bills. You may also have experienced your car being a little harder to start if you park outdoors. Cold oil plays a factor in making it difficult to start, putting a lot of pressure on your battery as well to start your vehicle. Some of the best pieces of advice from automotive experts is to give yourself a little extra time before driving, monitor your car's battery health, and use winter tires if possible.
If you can get a great set of winter tires in conditions like this, it makes a huge difference.
Make sure your battery's good. Have your battery tested in the fall and make sure you're going to be good for the winter.
Smart Motors in Madison tells us they're actually seeing an uptick in vehicles coming in with dead batteries. It says regular maintenance and taking care of the issues right away will all help in making sure you don't go too long without transportation.
New at 10, Madison police have arrested a man who they say robbed a woman of her casino winnings just hours into the new year. Authorities say the woman, who had just won thousands of dollars, and her husband were returning to their car in the parking lot after a night at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. A man asked her for a ride, and when she declined, the suspect stole the woman's purse off of her and ran away. Police found the man today and arrested him for theft, robbery with use of force, and bail jumping. We're not naming him as he has not been formally charged with a crime yet. Well, tonight the Monona City Council just voted not to change the Monona Police Department's chase policy, and the mayor indicated she will work to go back to allow police to pursue anyone who flees a traffic stop. The mayor and other elected officials previously decided to temporarily shift the pursuit policy so that officers can only chase suspects believed to be involved in dangerous and/or violent felony offenses after a chase resulted in a crash that killed 30-year-old Rashad Nelson and Aaron Willis and 19-year-old Asia Ray back on New Year's Day. This came after nearly 2 hours of dissecting the current policy and the 59 chases the department initiated last year. The Wisconsin DOJ's Department of Criminal Investigation is currently investigating this month's chase and crash, but Monona Police Chief Brian Cheney repeatedly stood by his stance that his officer was justified in pursuing the vehicle who they believed was driving recklessly.
The FBI and Milwaukee police have shared 2 new surveillance photos as part of an investigation into a murder from 2022. We know these photos aren't great, but see if you can recognize anything about this individual that stands out. It's in connection to the murder of Brazil Johnson, who was found shot dead on the city's north side in June of 2022. Johnson was a 28-year-old black transgender woman. Neither the FBI nor Milwaukee police specified whether this person in the photos is a suspect or simply a person of interest. Anyone with information on the murder, or if you recognize anything about that individual in the photos, you're asked to call the FBI at the number there on your television screen.
The owner of the Beloit property that caught fire last Friday, forcing residents to evacuate their homes, is trying to pick up the pieces of what's left. A tire disposal company that previously operated there packed an estimated 100,000 tires into that site. Dan Langon has owned the property since 1998. He says multiple businesses have come and gone, but when Star Used Tire Disposal left the property, the late owner left him with a cleanup job he wasn't prepared for.
It was the nightmare that we all hoped would not happen. This has been an ongoing problem for the last 5-7 years that I've been trying desperately to get rid of this.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Wisconsin Assembly Speaker Robin Vos is hoping the state Supreme Court adopts new legislative boundary maps. This after the liberal-controlled state Supreme Court ruled last month the current maps are in violation of the state constitution, ruled unconstitutional because some districts include areas that were not contiguous.
We took into account the small issue that was used as a Trojan horse to look at the entire map, and that's the contiguity issue. We can move 3,000 people, fix the problem. I think in the Senate it's like 500-600 people. So a very small remedy to address what they say is this major constitutional question of contiguity.
It's expected the Republican majorities in the Senate and Assembly would be reduced under new maps. Vos has approached Democrats to create boundaries, but says he hasn't gotten much response. New proposed maps were submitted last week for a pair of consultants hired by the state Supreme Court to analyze and review now, and they'll submit a report with their recommendations early next month. Speaker Vos has threatened to submit an appeal with the United States Supreme Court if the maps have large partisan bias.
After last night's win in Iowa, former President Donald Trump was in a New York court for the start of his second E. Jean Carroll defamation trial. He and Carroll were both present for a day of jury selection and opening statements. This time, 9 jurors will decide how much Trump will pay in damages for defaming Carroll in 2019 when he made statements denying her rape allegations. Carroll is expected to testify tomorrow. Last May, a jury found Trump sexually abused Carroll in the 1990s and then defamed her in 2022. She was awarded $5 million in damages. A growing number of people in their 20s are shelling out thousands of dollars for cosmetic procedures aimed to prevent aging.
According to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, Botox injections among people 20 to 29 rose by 71% between 2019 and 2020. That increase reportedly driven by preventative Botox, getting injections in an area with no defined wrinkles to keep them from forming. Instead of injections, dermatologists say young adults concerned about aging should invest in a simple skincare routine that includes a good facial cleanser, a moisturizer, and a daily sunscreen. Could those extra pounds be coming from your morning cup of orange juice? A new analysis of prior studies found drinking a glass or more of 100% fruit juice each day was linked to weight gain in both children and adults. Doctors say it's likely because you can easily gulp down too much in one sitting. The issue at hand is how the juice impacts the body. Fruits have natural sugar that slowly releases into the body, but when drinking it as a juice, they say it floods the system. More stories are straight ahead at 10.
A deer traveling around northwest Wisconsin became so much more than an animal for one community. He wouldn't have been hard to miss since he's albino. The deer sadly has passed, but will share one family working to keep its memory alive.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually...
Here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy!
Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it!
30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford SUV and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash. See your local Ford dealer.
It's a great time to have RG Heating and Air Conditioning check your home's furnace system for safety and efficiency. RG services all brands and installs quality Trane equipment to keep your home running smooth year-round. Call RG Heating and AC today.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County doesn't just build homes. We build financially strong families. Habitat Homes, financed through affordable mortgages, allow hardworking families to break the cycle of poverty and invest in their futures. Your support changes lives. Please donate today.
Reggie Watts is crushing it on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
I heard you had like a crush when you was a kid. Who was your crush?
Pippi Longstocking.
Plus, we could all use a little closet therapy.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
A community in northwestern Wisconsin is mourning the loss of a local legend, an albino deer known as the King.
The buck passed away a few weeks ago at the estimated age of 15. It's believed from natural causes. Now, as John Lauritsen reports, one family is working to keep the King's memory alive.
Around 2009 is the first time that we saw him in the area. My dad actually saw him down the road a couple miles as he was a fawn.
Growing up hunting and fishing near Spooner, Wisconsin, Brian and Megan Danielson thought they'd seen it all. But that was before the King came strolling through their property.
It was really exciting, and then of course we just started carrying a camera all the time because as soon as someone would see him, everybody would call, "Oh, he's over here, he's over here."
Over the years, the couple and their kids would take pictures of the buck whenever he passed through. He was like a friendly neighbor they got used to seeing. And because albino deer are protected in Wisconsin, this is one buck hunters couldn't touch. In the end, the King died of old age.
Driving up the driveway and, well, look, there's the albino buck. And it wasn't moving, so then we went up and found it. So it was in the air. It was pretty sad to see.
I was thankful that he had, a peaceful death. It wasn't poaching or getting hit by a car.
Since he was found on their property, the Danielsons took the buck to a taxidermist, and they've been thinking of ways to keep the legend going. The plan is to put the buck's full body mount on display at a Spooner restaurant or business, so both locals and tourists can see him. In the meantime, they have a lifetime's worth of deer stories to tell, and in this case, all of them are true.
It's really special, and this is part of a process that our kids are growing up with, and it also teaches them conservation. It teaches them appreciation for what we live in and what we have locally here.
Locals estimate that at his peak, the albino buck was a 12-pointer that weighed close to 300 pounds.
It is a video you've certainly seen when the incident first happened. A Las Vegas judge attacked by a defendant during sentencing earlier this month. A law clerk right by the judge's side at the time of the attack is being called a hero for rushing to the defense of the judge and a corrections officer. 27-year-old Michael Lasso says he's been clerking for Judge Mary Kay Holtis since August and says what happened January 3rd is nothing like he's ever seen before. He says a corrections officer quickly made it over to the bench to apprehend the suspect, so he stepped back thinking things were under control.
I'd noticed the correction officer there, but he essentially just went from the judge to the correction officer, and he started basically attacking him. So when I had seen that, that's when I basically jumped back in and tried the best that I could to help.
So now Lasso is being hailed a hero and has been receiving an outpour of support for his actions, but says while he appreciates the support, he was only doing what he knows others would have done in the same situation. Tonight, 4 college students from Kentucky are safe after becoming trapped on a rock at a gorge.
Rescuers had to use a helicopter to get them in frigid and snowy weather. The 4 students had gone camping, but the snow prevented them from getting off the rock. The helicopter took the students a few miles away where they were checked out medically. They wouldn't talk on camera, but did say that based on the forecast, they did not expect this much snow.
The forecast can be very misleading around here.
So do you not totally fault them for this?
I don't say I totally fault anybody. Obviously, a level of preparedness matters when you go into the woods.
Rescuers said getting off the rock is very technical, even for experienced climbers, and the students did not bring any ropes with them. Well, no snow in Florida, but a heavy rainstorm led to a partial collapse of a gas station in North Fort Myers. The fire department says the roof couldn't keep up with the heavy rate of rain.
I can't believe that roof collapsed like that. That's insane. I've been here 16 years and I haven't seen a storm like that.
Areas of Lee County where Fort Myers is located experienced flooding during the intense rainfall. Well, whether it be rain, snow, or cold temperatures, much of the region is dealing with a blast of winter. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti returns for a look at what we're seeing here in southern Wisconsin.
Sound like you're talking about the post office, rain, sleet, snow, gloom of night, and the mail gets through. Well, the meteorologists get through too, and we have to deal with it, whether it's rain in Florida or snow up here or bitter cold temperatures. But at least we got a couple of nice weather photos out of it. A viewer weather photo from Middleton. Kelly Etter sent this picture. It's one side of a sundog. We've had several of those pictures sent in recently. And then this picture from John Fruit in Gillingham. That's the northern portion of Richland County, north of Richland Center. Beautiful snowscape. I mean, it'd be nice to be out there hiking in the snow, but just a little too cold for that right now. Send us your viewer photos right through our First Warn Weather and Traffic app. You can submit the photo there, or you can email pictures to us at firstwarn@WISC-TV.com. Again, try to take your pictures horizontally. They show up better and fill more of the screen for us so we can see your beautiful photos. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. More bitterly cold weather through Sunday morning. Maybe a chance of flurries Thursday night, but beginning Monday and lasting through next week, mild temperatures, above normal temperatures, above freezing temperatures. But we have First Warn Weather Alert days in the forecast through Sunday morning. We keep saying this over and over again, but single-digit below zero temperatures at night, daytime high temperatures between 8 and 12, and we should see an average high of 27. In fact, the average high now is 27. It'll stay that way for the rest of the month, and then the average temperatures start rising as we head into February. This will continue through Sunday morning, and again, wind chills 25 below zero times at night, and daytime high temperatures, or daytime wind chills perhaps as cold as 10 below zero. This morning, wind chills were cold enough, 33 below zero in Monroe and Juneau, Mineral Point 31 below. Janesville hit 30 below. Madison 25 below zero for our coldest wind chill out to the west. 33 below in Steuben in Crawford County. That was their wind chill this morning. Platteville, Lancaster both hit 31 below. 26 below zero in Prairie du Chien, Mauston, and Fenimore. And we continue with those wind chill advisories through tomorrow morning for pretty much all of southern and eastern Wisconsin. Future track wind chills right after midnight. We're looking right around 20 below zero here in Madison. We stay that way overnight into early tomorrow morning, but even during the day, notice those wind chills at times getting up into the single digits above zero and below zero, but at nighttime, those wind chills continue to stay down to around 10 to 20 degrees below zero. But the high temperature trend, that's looking pretty nice. After being around the lower teens for the next couple of days and only single digits on Friday, we'll be back into the lower teens Saturday. up to a balmy 19 by Sunday, and then temperatures jump into the 30s. Again, that average high temperature at 27, and the outlook even beyond that, 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, above normal temperatures through the entire country with the highest probabilities from Madison eastward. Wind chill advisory through 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for all of southern Wisconsin. Planning your day for tomorrow, temperatures start out around 4 below zero. They get up to about 3 below zero by 9 a.m., but notice by lunchtime, they're in the single digits above zero. Look for high temperatures right around 11 or 12 degrees through much of southern Wisconsin. Wind chills, that's another story. Starting at midnight tonight, they're down to about 20 below zero. They stay nearly steady through the overnight hours. A few places could be down to about 25 below zero. But even during the day tomorrow, those wind chills only getting up into the single digits and teens below zero, even through tomorrow afternoon. As we check out our forecast for the overnight hours, look for a low of 4 below zero, wind chills 10 to 20 below zero, and a high temperature tomorrow of 11. That will be a heat wave compared to the 2 that we had today, but wind chill still will be below zero for much of the day. Planning your day across Dane County, 13 for the high in Belleville, 13 in Mazo-Maney, partly sunny skies across all of southern Wisconsin, 12 for the high in Janesville, also 12 for the high in Lone Rock. First one, 7 to 10 day forecast. After the bitter cold, temperatures warm up and precipitation mainly in the form of rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, although there could be a little snow mixed in at night. But even nighttime low temperatures at or above freezing, that'll start to melt some of the snow.
And coming up in sports, road woes, how a slow start doomed Wisconsin at Penn State. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Get big savings at Menards. Save time on your painting projects with Pittsburgh's Grand Distinction. It's a premium paint and primer in one with high hiding coverage and long-lasting color. A gallon is $29.87 after $10 rebate. Add a pop of color to your home with Paramount Interior Paint. It provides the most advanced protection and true one-coat coverage. A gallon is only $44.98. Don't forget to check out Limitless, Pittsburgh Paint's Color of the Year, now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Buy a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or sausage McGriddles, and get one for $1.
Join the media sales team at Television Wisconsin and be part of something bigger. If you're passionate about helping local businesses succeed, apply today at channel3000.com. We're not just hiring, we're building careers.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. 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 Wisconsin Dells.
When you ask Greg Gard about playing in the Big Ten Conference, he'll tell you every night is a battle. And he isn't wrong. Records and your place in the standings don't mean a thing. Case in point, Wisconsin and Penn State. Badgers undefeated. Nittany Lions 2-4 in the league. UW trailed by as many as 12, but battled back. Chucky Hepburn with the alley and A.J. Storr with the oop on his head to tie the game up at 41. Then later in the second, Chucky drives and dishes to Max Klesmet, and he dials one up from deep to give the Badgers their first lead of the game with under 5 minutes to play. But that lead would not last. Penn State made all the plays and their free throws down the stretch. Wisconsin falls 87-83. The Badger women were in Iowa City tonight, and Iowa is ranked number 2 for a reason. Wisconsin falls 96-50. It's their 29th straight loss to the Hawkeyes. The Wisconsin women's hockey team has shown no rust since returning from their winter break. 2 series and 4 dominating wins where they've outscored their opponents 24-3. But that was at home in Labatt. For 3 of the next 4 weeks, the Badgers will be road warriors, playing at Minnesota State, at Duluth, and at Bemidji State. And according to Mark Johnson, it's a perfect time to switch things up and take a road trip.
It's a good time to go on the road. We're going to get tested in our games, and more importantly, it's a good time to continue that development and that chemistry that we're building for as we get into closer to February and get ready, for the playoffs. And I think, being home for a period of time, now being back on campus for an extended period of time, it's a good time to go on the road, break up the routine, and do something different than we've done the last 2.5, 3 weeks.
And just a reminder to check out this week's Wisconsin Huddle with special guest Maddie DeSaint-Phal. The Badger men's hockey alternate captain and I look at their current unbeaten streak, talk about Mike Hastings and his dailies, and break down some hockey terms. Show starts at 6:30 on Friday right here on News 3 Now. Staying on the ice, Oregon hosting Beaver Dam in a battle of the top 2 teams in the Badger Large. And the Panthers struck first in the first period. James Shervin sends one, and Andrew Jakey does what he does best. The state's all-time goal scorer deflects it in to put Oregon up 1-0. Beaver Dam, though, would answer right back. The Beavers work it to Aiden Root, and he puts the biscuit in the basket as Beaver Dam goes on to win 4-3 the final. Right now, the Packers are playing with house money, right? When the season started, not many thought they'd make it to the playoffs, let alone be 1 win away from the NFC Championship game. But here they are. And up next for Green Bay, San Francisco, the #1 seed in the NFC. And the 49ers have been the Packers' kryptonite in the playoffs, winning the last 4 meetings between the two in the postseason. Most recently, 2022 in the divisional round at Lambeau Field. And you don't have to tell Matt LaFleur that.
We know we're going against one of the elite teams in the National Football League, certainly the class of the NFC. They've got a lot of the same players that they've had for a few years now, and they've added some other freak shows over there. So we know it's a great challenge, but it's a great opportunity as well. And that's exactly how we'll approach it.
And we're back after this.
Hy-Vee hot deals are burning hot. Halo's Mandarins, $3.88 for a 3-pound bag. Hy-Vee Angus Reserve Chuck Roast, $4.99 a pound. And Lay's Kettle Cooked or Munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 3. Only at Hy-Vee.
Everyone wants to hire people who are ready to work and passionate about what they do. People that are ready for an opportunity, a job, a career. They just need you to believe in them. Thinkability Wisconsin, providing workforce support for people with disabilities and their employers. They're ready to work and shape the future. All you have to do is start with yes. Join the movement at thinkabilitywi.org.
Find inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo, sponsored by James Hardy. Meet local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for details.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado models. Or get $6,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Save every day with Hy-Vee Perks prices. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, Hy-Vee Perks price $1.99. Gala apples, Hy-Vee Perks price $1.48 a pound. And Hy-Vee Chunk Light Tuna, Hy-Vee Perks price 77 cents. Sign up for Hy-Vee Perks today.
Traveler calls it a wrap, Thursday at 10.
And we return to Gary one more time, who never gets tired of saying it's bitterly cold outside.
Or frigid, or
all these
very cold.
You run out of adjectives.
Right. There's live view from the Edgewater Skycam. It's pretty out there, but it's pretty cold too. 1 degree in Madison, 0 in Janesville. Most of southern Wisconsin seeing temperatures in the single digits above and below 0. Here in Dane County, oddly enough, everybody is at 0 or above. But you factor in the winds, it doesn't feel like that. It feels more like 15 below in Madison, 17 below in Platteville, 20 below in Viroqua. Wind chill advisory in effect until 9 a.m. tomorrow for all of southern Wisconsin.
Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.